Uh, as I greet my viewers with another liberal message, I actually want to address the issue of narcotics. You see, in America, unfortunately, there are about 7% of substance abusers, or at least according to statistic quoted by Bill Clinton's drug czar, General Mark Clinton, stuff like that. But actually, unfortunately, substance abuse is sometimes persistent among American youth, and especially among people who are suffering with homophobia or bouts of hatred towards our people of our ethnicity, race, creed, national origin, or sexual orientation. I also believe that narcotics should be should be regarded as harmful poisons, because they are harmful poisons. But some American psychologists unfortunately don't recognize that and tout narcotics as ones that can cause you pleasure or something, can have pleasure or something like that, because they think that they act like amphetamines, like they block reuptake of dopamine by the brain's neurons. Well, actually, they block the receptors, dopamine receptors, and they allow dopamine to concentrate in the brain. But this, nobody will experience any pleasure from that narcotic, because no drugs or narcotics in human history were able to cause any pleasure. Only food and drink cause physiological pleasure, and drugs could only treat physical or mental pain, or fix deteriorating organs, or eliminate viruses of bacteria. They can only negatively reinforce individual, but only food and drink can positively reinforce individual, because their consumption would cause one to experience physiological pleasure and to activate neurons that produce pleasure, dopamine based neurons in the brain, in the caudate nucleus, and hypothalamus neurons that activate pleasure. And actually, I believe that such narcotic as marijuana, but being aggressively touted by narcomafia, especially in California, like 1877 got Kush, where was a paper in Hollywood, California, in the Los Angeles area of Hollywood, where actually narcomafia offered narcotics. We actually had like American marijuana stores, boutiques, where we sold narcotics, but they didn't have any trade rules. They sold marijuana from under the counter. We didn't have any samples, no price tags, no menus, no kind of labels whatsoever, no samples, none whatsoever. It's strictly illegal. They even told me that I should get some paper from a doctor that who would prescribe marijuana. But I believe that marijuana is a harmful narcotic. Those doctors who prescribe marijuana should be prosecuted and indicted as aiding and abetting substance abuse, as frauds, because marijuana does not contain any medicinal properties, none whatsoever, in spite of demented claims of narcomafia. Narcomafia simply wanted to illegally legalize narcotics in Southern California, and California Congress once illegally legalized marijuana, but federal government has the right to declare its legislation unconstitutional because it violates trade rules, and homeowners will get ripped off because they sell marijuana for up to $600 a pound, and actually whoever would buy with marijuana will be ripped off, because paying $300 a pound is extremely expensive, and mostly it's narcomafia resort to hookup and bait and hookup tactics of ripping off American public, and it's another attempt to rob Americans of their equity, steal their cars and houses and their jewelry and their possessions, and turn them into slaves of narcotics. And I believe the federal government should crack down on substance abuses, and a recent introduction of marijuana in Southern California, with marijuana dealership signed that Californian public unfortunately doesn't fight against narcotics in order to stop substance abuse. As we can see, THC is cannabinoid. It provokes, unfortunately, provokes savage, predatorial attitude, predatorial demeanors, which pattern is locked inside with cerebellum or the brain. And THC, cannabinoid, is a narcotic that produces psychotic and aggressive behavior mostly. People will have hallucinations, delusions, and psychotic behavior and acute psychosis as a result of the substance abuse of using THC, tetrahydrocannabinoid marijuana. And also, disproportionate amount of tau will eliminate with precious balance of neurotransmitter liquids in the brain, and brain will stop the production of neurotransmitter liquids. So that marijuana was implicated in blindness, causing blindness, emphysema, lung disease, and also dementia, psychopathy, and psychosis. And I believe that marijuana should be outlawed, and any people who try to sell marijuana for extremely expensive ratios, should be arrested and prosecuted, because distributing illegal substance like marijuana is illegal according to federal laws. But recently I called that Southern California Drug Enforcement Agency Bureau and talked to Agent DeLuca, but he wasn't interested in getting any intelligence sources about marijuana. Instead, he's trying to suppress evidence, and I believe Agent DeLuca is a mercenary of narcomafia, and that guy should actually suspended from his job, because I believe drug enforcement agents shouldn't suppress evidence and should receive clues that lead to supplies of illegal narcotics such as marijuana. And I believe that federal government should take care of this problem and remove corrupt DA agents such as Agent Luca from job, because these people suppress evidence that leads to seizures of illegal narcotics, and they actually suppress evidence that leads to arrest of infamous narcomafia. I also believe that American Congress should actually make sure that corrupt American federal agents will be removed from service, and corrupt drug federal agents should be investigated and prosecuted and put out of circulation, and should be removed from their jobs, because those people are a disgrace to federal agencies. And I believe that federal government should fight narcotics mercilessly in order to save people's money, people's lives. Thank you so much for your attention.